Today, we're looking at movie scenes that cross the line between acting and real danger. Some directors pushed actors to their physical limits. Some stunts failed unexpectedly. And some scenes were so dangerous, they would probably never be allowed today. In Rocky IV, Sylvester Stallone wanted the fight scenes to feel real, really real. So instead of fake punches, he told Dolph Lundgren to actually hit him hard. At first, everything seemed fine until Dolph punched Stallone directly in the chest. The impact was so powerful, Stallone's heart slammed against his ribcage and began swelling. He later said his blood pressure skyrocketed and he had to be flown to intensive care. For 4 days, he remained hospitalized, all because he wanted the movie to look more authentic. Ironically, the brutal realism audiences loved was completely real. But that was nothing compared to what happened during one underwater scene, where an actor nearly ran out of oxygen for real. James Cameron's The Abyss was already an incredibly difficult production. The cast spent hours underwater, filming scenes in massive tanks. Conditions were miserable. People were exhausted, and tensions on set were exploding. But then, one scene became terrifyingly real. Actor Ed Harris was filming underwater when his oxygen supply began failing. Panic started setting in. A diver attempted to give him emergency oxygen, but accidentally handed him a regulator with water inside. Harris later described the experience as horrifying. He was seconds away from disaster. Many cast members later said filming the movie felt emotionally and physically traumatic. And despite the film's success, several people involved said they never wanted to experience anything like it again. Mad Max Fury Road looked absolutely insane on screen because most of it was actually real. Real vehicles, real explosion, real stunts. George Miller avoided CGI whenever possible, which meant performers were hanging from moving poles while speeding across the desert. One mistake could have been catastrophic. Stunt performers trained for months, but even then, filming remained extremely dangerous. Massive dust storms interrupted production. Temperatures became brutal, and the physical exhaustion affected nearly everyone on set. But the realism helped create one of the most intense action movies ever made. And the next story might be the craziest of them all, because this actor kept filming even after seriously injuring himself. During filming for Django Unchained, Leonardo DiCaprio accidentally slammed his hand onto a glass table. The glass shattered instantly, and pieces sliced deep into his hand. Most actors would stop immediately. DiCaprio didn't. He stayed in character, continued the scene, and kept acting while bleeding heavily. The reaction from the other actors was real. They weren't acting shocked, they actually were shocked. Director Quentin Tarantino loved the intensity so much he kept the take in the final movie, which means audience were literally watching a real injury happen on screen. Heath Ledger's Joker performance became legendary, but one scene almost went completely wrong. During the hospital explosion sequence, practical explosives were used to destroy an actual building. But part of the explosion system temporarily malfunctioned. Ledger stayed in character, improvising while waiting for the detonations to trigger. Then suddenly, the building erupted behind him. The scene became iconic, but if the timing had gone differently, it could have become incredibly dangerous. And then there is Tom Cruise, a man who seems physically incapable of fearing danger. Over the years, Cruise has performed some of the most insane stunts in movie history, hanging from airplanes, climbing skyscrapers, performing motorcycle jumps off cliffs. But during filming for Mission Impossible Fallout, one jump went wrong. Cruise slammed into a building during a rooftop stunt, breaking his ankle instantly. Most productions would stop filming. Cruise kept running to finish the scene. And unbelievably, the footage used in the movie was the actual moment he broke his ankle. Movies are designed to feel dangerous, but sometimes the danger becomes real. And while audiences only see a few minutes on screen, the people behind these scenes risk serious injury, all for entertainment. Which movie moment shocked you the most? And what dangerous movie scene should be in part two?